Manchester United then take on West Ham in the FA Cup replay at the Bowling Ground. Going to be a fantastic occasion. West Ham are really going to be up for this game. With the last FA Cup ever match at the Bowling Ground, the atmosphere is going to be electric. And it's a massive game for both clubs West Ham have had a fantastic season. Manchester United, for their standards, have been really below par, and we've seen that horseshit performance we had against Tottenham Hotspur Sunday. Really awful. And this is a chance for Manchester United to redeem themselves a little bit, get a little bit of pride back after this terrible 2 or 3 seasons that Manchester United have had since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, and really get that monkey off our back if we could potentially. I think it would be a bit of a shock if we go on and win the FA Cup now, considering we've got to play away at West Ham United, who are definitely favourites for me in this game, but it really would get that monkey off our back. It's not what we wanted this season. We wanted to finish in the top 4. But a lot of people I've been seeing on Twitter and on YouTube actually would prefer us to win the FA Cup, not get the top 4, and then Louis van Gaal will get the sack. Because I do think even if Louis van Gaal wins the FA Cup, if he doesn't finish in the top 4, he will be given the sack this season. And a lot of people actually want that. Now, personally, I would be happy if we won the FA Cup. It's a trip to Wembley. We get a trophy out of it. You know, finishing 4th isn't a trophy at all. But I would really like us to finish in the top 4 as well. You know, that's not really being greedy. At the start of the season, the top 4 would have been would look set in stone for Manchester United, and winning the FA Cup was a possibility. But now it's gone so bleak. Both of them probably won't even happen. Now, going into this game, obviously we're on the back of that really poor performance against Tottenham Hotspur. I wouldn't expect Louis van Gaal to make too many changes to the starting lineup for this game. You know, we're going to probably have to see a change in defence. The defence isn't looking too clever certainly didn't look too clever in that game against Tottenham Hotspur. Even with the fact that he's playing 2 defensive midfielders, as he has done pretty much all season, Louis van Gaal, Carrick and Schneidlin, protecting that back 4, we still looked pretty ropey at the back against Tottenham, and I think there's going to have to be one change at the back. Fosu-Mensah, obviously, who was brilliant in that game against Tottenham, certainly the best player for Manchester United on the pitch, will have to come out, and probably Darmian will have to go to right back, and Rojo keep his place at left back, with Carrick and Blind in the centre of defence. I can't see Cameron Borthwick-Jackson coming back in. He's played for the under-21s tonight, so it'll be too soon for him to play Monday and then again on Wednesday, unfortunately. But I would have gone with Cameron Borthwick-Jackson had he been available. Carrick and Schneidlin are probably going to go in the midfield. I would sooner see Herrera alongside Schneidlin, even though it is a difficult away game for Manchester United, who go into this game, obviously Manchester United as the underdogs. But I just do, especially at home, I hate this 2 defensive midfielders, and we'll probably see the exact same against Aston Villa at the weekend. Probably another 2 defensive midfielders again. This is just stupid from Louis van Gaal. All season he's played this. Manchester United have been known for attacking football, and it's just cowardly putting 2 defensive midfielders in behind the back 4, because I know Louis van Gaal doesn't trust that defence at all, and it would get exposed if we only played 1 defensive midfielder. That is the problem. He wants to play more cautious, and he was looking to catch Tottenham on the counter-attack, which just didn't work in that particular game. He was trying to do what he'd done against Manchester City, and it didn't work. Now, the attacking sense, Manchester United were absolutely toothless in the attack against Tottenham. Really toothless. Only 1 shot on target the whole game, I think it was, or was it 2? I think it was only 1, but really poor from Manchester United. Really poor in attack the last few games. I think we only got 1 shot on target against Everton as well, which was really poor. And what are you going to do? Have a 100% conversion rate in order to win a game 1-0 every single week? It's just an absolute joke from Manchester United. Too many inexperienced forwards that are not at Manchester United's level at this moment in time, which is really costing Manchester United now. Jesse Lingard's probably going to be in that number 10 role, but personally I would go with Juan Mata in that number 10 role, Memphis Depay out wide, Martial out wide, and Rashford up front. Now, I don't see why Memphis Depay has been overlooked again in that game against Tottenham for Ashley Young. That is just fucking disgusting from Louis van Gaal. He spent big money on him. Ashley Young has just come back in from a long-term absentee through injury. He's played horseshit for the under-21s as a striker. He comes in against Tottenham as a striker We've seen Memphis Depay do it earlier in the season against Watford at Vicarage Road. Man of the match, scored the first goal in that game. He can do a job up front, he can do a job in the number 10 role, and he can do a job out wide. He started to play better over that period against Midtjylland and Arsenal, and he gets dropped and he comes on when the game's fucking dead, 3-0 down, and he gets frustrated. I'm not surprised he got frustrated in that game. I would have been angry too if I was dropped for Ashley Young when he spent big money on him, scored a lot of goals in the Eredivisie, and Ashley Young's been out injured. It's just a joke. And Ashley Young's an out-and-out winner, not a striker for me at all. Shouldn't be playing in the striker position at all. I think he's more of a functional player. Memphis Depay, and playing a number of positions, which is why I think he should have been in the team ahead of Ashley Young for that game. Now, obviously, it's debatable whether Wayne Rooney would come back into the team, but he's played 60 minutes for the under-21s, so personally I think he should start on the bench, and if needed, bring him on at some point in the game, but he wouldn't be fully fit yet. It's going to take him a few games to get his match rhythm, and the season will be over by then anyway, so it's a waste of time now with Wayne Rooney coming back into the fold for me. But West Ham will go into this with definitely favourites for the game. Their main man, Dimitri Payet, who scored the goal at Old Trafford, fantastic free kick, is going to be the main man to watch out for. But Andy Carroll's absolutely fantastic against Arsenal at the weekend in that 3-3 draw. Although Arsenal did make him look like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which Arsenal could definitely have done a lot better in that game, but still he was a real handful for Arsenal. They couldn't cope with him at all. His aerial threat, his physicality, they could not cope at all. And he was deservedly man of the match in that game. We're really going to have to be on our toes because I'm sure he will start in this game. Of course, Manchester United, all sorts of problems. He didn't start the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford about a few weeks ago, but he will cause Manchester United all sorts of problems. Sadly, I think that West Ham will win this game 2-0. I think it's just too much now for Manchester United. We should have beat them in the game at Old Trafford to get through to the next round. Drawing it was a really bad result, having to go to the Bowling Ground. West Ham are just going to be too up for it, I think, for us at home. The home fans behind them. It's going to be a massive atmosphere, and I just can't see Manchester United getting through this tie. Unless, of course, we just scrape it 1-0 and get maybe lucky. West Ham have an off day. But I can't really see it. But if we can redeem ourselves and somehow get through this, I think we would be favourites then to progress and win the FA Cup, which would be fantastic to still win the FA Cup considering what a bleak season we've had. And some people are actually saying now they'd prefer us to win the FA Cup, get a trophy, get that monkey off our back instead of finishing fourth, because we're not going to win the Champions League next season. And it would mean, even if we win the FA Cup, Louis van Gaal would get the sack. And I believe he would get the sack just winning the FA Cup and not finishing in the top four. But let me know your thoughts on that situation. Would you sooner us win the FA Cup or sooner us finish fourth? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.